Fred and Ethel Mertz are really funny on television. They make people laugh when they argue and tease each other. It seems like they really care about each other. When you watch them on TV, you can tell they have a lot of love for each other. In real life, the people who play Fred and Ethel Mertz, Vivian Vance and William Frawley, did not get along at all. They really did not like each other. This was not just an act to get attention, or because they were competing with each other for jobs. Fred and Ethel Mertz are still a comedic couple. There was a lasting anger between them that never went away even after they both passed away. To figure out how this anger started, we need to go and look at the lives of these two people long before they ever met each other. We have to look at their lives to understand where this resentment came from. The resentment between them was real. It lasted for a very long time. Vivian Vance was born Vivian Roberta Jones in 1909 in Cherry, Kansas. She was the second of 6 kids in a family that was very strict and religious. Vivian Vance found out she loved to perform when she was little. Her mother did not want her to do this because she thought it was wrong and not good for a young girl. For Vivian Vance, acting was not something fun to do. It was a way for her to get out of being poor and not being known by people. She wanted to create a life for herself. So she left Kansas, moved to New York City. In New York City, she studied with Eva Le Gallienne, who was an actress and theater director. Eva Le Gallienne was known for being very serious about her acting and theater work. With Eva Le Gallienne guiding her, Vivian got better at acting. She kept working and eventually made it to Broadway. On Broadway, people started to recognize her for her performances in shows, like The Cradle Will Rock and The Voice of the Turtle. Even though Vivian was doing well with her acting career, her personal life was not going well. She had 3 marriages that did not work out. She was really struggling with feeling very sad and empty. She had a lot of hurt feelings because her family was not very supportive of the things she wanted to do. But she kept on performing on stage, and she was really good at it. She showed that she really cared about what she was doing. She just kept on going with her performances. That is pretty amazing. William Frawley got into the entertainment business in an unusual way. He was born in 1887 in Burlington, Iowa. William Frawley grew up in a Catholic family, but this did not stop him from doing what he wanted. William Frawley started performing early. He was in small theaters, and later he even had a comedy act with his wife. It was called Frawley and Louise. William Frawley did a lot of things he wrote for the screen. He acted too. Eventually, William Frawley made it to Broadway, then to Hollywood. People liked William Frawley because he was very straightforward. He always said what was on his mind. He had a tough exterior. Frawley had a reputation for having a temper and drinking too much. He would often do things without thinking. This got him into trouble. For example, he got fired from a play on Broadway because he hit another actor. With all the problems he had, Frawley still worked a lot in movies and television, which shows that he was good at his job. Frawley did not have many close friends because he had a hard time getting along with people. Frawley was an actor, and Frawley worked in the business for a long time. The difference between Vivian and Frawley was really big. Vivian thought acting was a deal that needed a lot of feeling and practice with other people. She wanted to work with others and get really good at her part. Frawley came from a kind of show called vaudeville, where people liked to laugh and have a good time. For him, acting was a job. Long as he said his lines right and made people laugh, he was happy. Vivian liked to take her time and think about how her character was feeling. Frawley liked to get things done quickly and do his own thing. Vivian and Frawley had different ideas about acting. Her way of doing things and how she felt about things were very different from his way. He would often act on impulse, say things without thinking, which was not like her at all. Her discipline and emotional sensitivity were opposite to his blunt personality. She was careful, thought about her feelings, but he was not like that. Her discipline and emotional sensitivity made her a different person from him. In 1951, the worlds of these people came together when CBS started working on a comedy show called I Love Lucy. This show starred Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz as Lucy and Ricky Ricardo. They were a life couple. The show needed another couple to play the roles of Fred and Ethel Mertz, who were the Ricardos landlords and friends. Lucille Ball suggested Vivian for the role of Ethel. The people in charge of the show were not sure about this choice at first. They thought Vivian was too attractive and young. She was only in her early 40s, which is not very old. Vivian really wanted to get the role, so she changed the way she looked with makeup that made her appear older. She also wore clothes that were not very nice. She was not her usual charming self. At the time, William Frawley was trying very hard to get the role of Fred. He even called Desi Arnaz on the phone. The people in charge at CBS were worried about William Frawley because he drank a lot and had a temper. But Desi Arnaz thought he would be good for the role, so he added something to the contract that said William Frawley would be fired away if he showed up drunk or caused any problems. Vivian was really upset when she found out that Frawley was going to play her husband in the movie. Frawley was a lot older than her. He had no hair. He was not in good shape. People said he was not very nice to be. Vivian said something about Frawley looking like her dad, not her husband. Frawley heard what she said. He never forgot it. He thought Vivian was acting too big for her britches and that she was too serious all the time. On the hand, Vivian thought Frawley was not a very nice guy and that he did not know how to behave on set. The relationship between Vivian and Frawley was not good, from the start even before they started filming the movie. Fred and Ethel had to work on the show even though they did not get along. They were in every episode of the show, and they usually argued with each other while they were helping Lucy and Ricky. It is funny that the fact that they really did not like each other made their acting seem real. When Fred and Ethel got annoyed with each other or made fun of each other on the show, it was often because they really felt that way. People who watched the show loved the way Fred and Ethel worked together. They had no idea that they really did not like each other. For 6 years, Fred and Ethel worked on the show, which is one of the most famous sitcoms on television, and they became very well known for working together even though they did not really like each other. The show was doing well, but Vivian and Frawley were not getting along. Vivian liked to get to work and practice a lot. She wanted to make sure everything was just right. Frawley was different. He would try to learn his lines fast, then leave when we were done filming. Sometimes he would go to a bar after work. They did not usually yell at each other. You could tell they were not happy with each other. Vivian would keep practicing even when Frawley was not feeling well because he had been drinking much. If we had to film a scene, Frawley would sometimes say mean things under his breath. The bad feelings between Vivian and Frawley just kept getting worse. Frawley's comments about Vivian could be really mean. He would say things about the way Vivian looked, calling her names like that fat broad or a sack of doorknobs or that miserable schno. Actor Tim Considine said he heard Frawley say these things. Vivian never said anything about Frawley, even when he was being cruel to her. She just kept working, did not let Frawley's behavior bother her. The fact that Frawley and Vivian did not get along did not hurt the show. The show was still very popular. It is possible that all the tension between Frawley and Vivian actually made the show more popular. Vivian and Frawley's problems with each other never stopped people from watching the show, and the show was still a success. When people asked Vivian about her and Frawley, she said they were two people who worked together. When she talked to Lucille Ball in private, Vivian said that playing Frawley's wife on the show was really tough for her. It was not because the acting was hard, because she had to pretend all the time when they worked together. Vivian had to hide how she really felt about Frawley every time they did a scene together. In 1959, the people at CBS wanted to make a show just about Fred and Ethel. Vivian said no right away. She did not want to play Frawley's wife. She did not want to be in that situation even for a moment longer. Vivian really did not want to do the spin-off show with Frawley. Frawley also said no when he found out she would not be a part of it. He knew that their partnership with Frawley and her could not work if they were not together in it. Lucille Ball said that she never saw them fight in front of her. She always felt that something was not right between them. The people in charge of making the show planned the scenes so that the two actors were not together much. The two actors ever talked to each other unless the script said they had to, and they never hung out together when they were not filming. Lucille Ball remembered that the two actors avoided each other much as possible, and this made the set feel really uncomfortable. The tension between the two actors was something that Lucille Ball felt all the time. It was pretty clear that they did not get along very well. Vivian had a time in her personal life. She was married 4 times. The first 3 marriages did not work out. They ended in divorce. Her third husband was Philip Ober, who's also an actor. People say he was not happy about her becoming famous. Some of her friends thought he might have even hurt her. Nobody knows for sure. After the show, I Love Lucy was over, she finally found someone who made her happy. His name is John Dodds, and he publishes books. Vivian and John Dodds lived in Stamford, Connecticut. Then they moved to Belvedere, California. She liked to paint and help people in need. Vivian also liked being alone and having some time. In the year 1973, the woman found out she had breast cancer. This breast cancer got worse, spread to her bones. The breast cancer was the reason she died. Frawley's later years were really lonely. He got divorced from Edna Louise Bro. Never married again. Frawley lived by himself at the Knickerbocker Hotel in Hollywood. He spent a lot of time doing things like drinking and watching baseball games. Frawley also liked to visit a bar near the movie studio. The New York Yankees were his team, and they made him happy. In 1966, Frawley had a stroke near Hollywood Boulevard. Sadly, there were no close family members or friends with him. Frawley's estate was worth about $92,000 when he passed away. People started talking after Vivian and Frawley died. Some people said that Vivian was happy when Frawley died. Others said that Frawley once said that Vivian would have a time when she got sick. Vivian and Frawley did not like each other. They never made up with each other. Even when they died, the bad feelings between Vivian and Frawley did not go away. Vivian and Frawley still had a lot of conflict between them. Vivian Vance and William Frawley did something special. They made Fred and Ethel Mertz super important to the show. Fred and Ethel Mertz balanced out the things Lucy and Ricky Ricardo did. When I Love Lucy finally ended in 1957, Vivian Vance and William Frawley, who played the Mertzes, were already really famous on television. The Mertzes had an influence on the characters in sitcoms that came after them. Vivian Vance and William Frawley were great because the writing was good, but because they brought real feelings to their characters. In 2012, both actors were inducted into the Television Academy Hall of Fame long after their passing. I Love Lucy continues to air on television and streaming platforms, introducing new generations to Fred and Ethel's unforgettable moments. Their story remains a powerful example of two very different individuals forced into partnership, creating something timeless together even though they never found peace with each other.